My name is Holywatr, and you are listening to the Anthony Rogers Show.
In blue, fill up the news with lies, telling me it's not safe to go outside.
You are now listening to the best show in the universe, The Anthony Rogers Show. You probably wish that this was your show, but it's not. It's The Anthony Rogers Show. Tell all of your friends to listen to this show.
This episode is brought to you by Cream City Vapes. Go to creamcityvapes.com, a link in the description. Get butane and torches, carb caps and pearls, dab dumpster, dab tools, mood mats, temp readers. Free shipping over $50, and they plant one tree per product sold.
Welcome back to the greatest show in the entire universe. Today we have a legendary musician. Some songs I found on TikTok just fucking killed, so I annoyed him to come on here. His name Holywatr. How you doing, man?
Doing well. How you doing, bro?
Really good, man. No, you have some awesome fucking music, man. Like you caught me with that Vitamin Water song that's like coming out like in a couple of days, I think, right?
Next Friday.
Next Friday. Okay, that song is like fucking awesome. Like, by the way, what made you like write a song like that? I guess like just like the current world, and I could assume, but like, I want to ask, like, what made you write a song like that?
Communism.
That's probably the most fucking honest way to say it, man. No, that's hilarious. All right, no, I like the that is. No, I like the balls to write a song like that, man, especially in a time like now. And then it's actually good, too. It's not just like some dude like fucking sucking. Like, it's actually like a really good song, and like I like the message in it, man, to be honest, like, you know.
Thank you, man. Well, that was the abridged version. I guess a little longer answer would be the impact it had on my mental health, like just lockdowns with what I saw happening with BLM organized events, and just how that was being spun up and how other things were being ignored and how that was being used to inflate other issues going on in the country as like more than they are. I'm giving like a really like gross overview, obviously, of like we can talk about this for hours probably, but just seeing that in addition to lockdowns and what was okay according to the mainstream narrative and what isn't okay and what you need to do, and then censorship, and then fucking Biden spreading his cheeks for China and shit. Like, it's like, bro, Biden has the balls. I'm digressing a little bit. Biden literally has the balls to say the conflict, or more like genocide of the Uyghur people in China, is just cultural differences.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm like jumping straight into the thick of it. You know, we're getting serious pretty quick, but that's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? That's really how I feel about it, and it really makes me angry. And
no, same. I think you summed it up in your song a lot, man. I think that's what artists do. They kind of like capture the time in a bottle, you know. And I think you really kind of captured like this time with that, and I'm glad people are seeing it rather than, because I remember like a year or two ago, like when this first started happening, like I was like the only one like, what the fuck? Everybody else is like, yeah, man, it's like a virus, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, like this is like, I mean, I don't know, just like I'm glad to see other people see this and like have the talent to actually make it catchy and like interesting, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, and like the reason why I love music so much to express myself is that I can condense my thoughts into, like, in this case, a 2-minute song, and give an overview of what I see happening and reflecting the times, and to spin up a conversation about it, you know?
Do you have an easy way to play your song, like on that listeners can hear or something, or do you want me to try to do it, or like do you have an easy way to play it, like on a speaker or something?
Yeah, but I don't want to play the full song yet. I don't want to give away the full song yet.
Part of it's cool, so people just know that we're talking about that like context. I think, or I could play like part of it or something. Or do you have like a snippet or something you play?
Yeah, I do. I think you're good.
Cool. This is actually a fucking great song. It's the only reason I even do something like this. Like it's literally fucking awesome, and I want as many people as possible to hear this. Like,
I appreciate that. I need to grab a speaker real quick.
Dope, dope. Now, if you're listening or watching, like I was like skimming like TikTok and like this song came up and it was literally just fucking awesome. Like, and I annoyed this guy to come on here and talk about it. Like,
Well, thanks for having me, man.
dude, no problem. Thanks for being fucking untalented. I've been waiting to find people like this. So thank you, like for being awesome, man. Like,
You like punk rock music?
yeah, dude. That's what I when I was younger, especially.
Fuck yeah. I mean, like, full transparency for me, like, raw, like, at its roots, punk rock, where they're just, like, shouting shit and just playing, like, just, you know what I'm talking about, like Sex Pistols, the Ramones,
Yeah, I love that attitude, like that. I love that fuck you attitude. Like the Sex Pistols used to like go into like houses and spray paint their band name on the wall. You know?
yeah, like, that shit is dope, but sonically, it doesn't, you know, like, I'm not inspired by the sound as much, but I love the attitude.
Same.
And I love, like, the riff. So, like, I take my inspiration more from, like some pop punk shit, but, like, I'm pretty particular about that, too. Like, emo, I like post-hardcore, I like death metal and, like, fucking hard shit. Like, OG, Bring Me the Horizon, Laura Shore, I think that's what they're called. What the fuck? I don't know. But anyway, I digress. I'm gonna play this song.
Cool, yeah.
In blue, fill up the news with lies, telling me it's not safe to go outside. Meanwhile, they break all the rules they make. Banquets to discuss the chess I play. Censored speech and lockdown streets strip me of my rights, all in effort to control my mind. Well, you'll have to take my head, 'cause I'll be damned if I stay silent. I'll raise my voice till I'm forced to resort with violence.
All right, that's all you get.
Dude, that kills, man. No, I love that shit, man. It was fading a little bit out on stuff, so I may have to have you send me that snippet if that's possible to put over that. But dude, that fucking if you're at home, like that already happened. So if you're like listening to this, like that was fucking awesome. I just love that song, man. It's like it's everything like music needs right now, in my opinion, man. Like I was tired of these fucking drugged down retards not saying shit, you know. Like to be honest, like
Yo, that ain't the truth though. And it's really that's another. I'm glad you mentioned drugged down retards because. And as politically incorrect as that sounds, it like really kind of hits the nail on the fucking head. Like
I apologize to any drugged down retards that offended you. Like no, but seriously, you have something to say. And I've been fucking waiting for that, man. I'm like a word man more so. And like when I listen to music, I want to hear them fucking say something. And it's catchy. You're not just like, and then you have the other spectrum where people are like only saying something and it's not even a digestible type of music and stuff. You have like both, and it's really fucking good. And I think that song's gonna do really well. And like that's just the beginning, man. I like when I was introduced to that song, I went through your Spotify and shit, and I was just listening to that shit. You have such good music, man. I'm glad I found you on there, man. Like it's like one of those like I imagine it's like what it was like in like this like 80s, like going to like a record store and like finding like a random band or something. You're like, wow, this band fucking rules, you know? And like that's kind of what I felt like when I found that, man. Like I haven't had like that happens very rarely in life, and I think that's a really fucking good song. Like honestly,
appreciate that seriously, man. Like, and I'm really glad you connect the other music too.
Dude, this is it's like the entry level. I saw that, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I have to hear this now. Like, you know, like I had to go to that immediately. Like.
And a lot of people are connecting with it too. So it's like I'm like a part of me is like nervous to drop it, but another part of me is like really fucking excited because I thrive in the chaos of things. Like when I have people coming at me from one side telling me I fucking suck and I should quit, then the other half coming at me and telling me that this is like the best shit they've ever heard, I feel like I've finally arrived, you know? I know I'm good at music. I've been doing this shit for my entire life, but now I feel like I'm actually contributing, you know? Like even the people who hate it, I'm provoking them. I'm making them think, you know? and I'm literally forcing the conversation to happen by just creating art and just sending it out to the world. And there's not a better feeling. Like it really is. I'm just kind of like tightroping right now. But I feel pretty steady, you know.
No, that's most of life's best things are that feeling you just described. That nervousness and excitement. I mean, that's when a lot of the best things in life happen. To be honest with you, man. And like you're right there. I mean, this could be an interview right before you. I mean, you're already blowing up. So I'm not even trying to downplay it. But this could be an interview like before you are fucking huge, man. Like, you mean how time works and this shit works, and that's what I mean. This is like, I mean.
Whether you're new to THC or have been using it for years, Delta Extracts has something for you. Delta Extracts carefully tests each batch to ensure quality, consistency, taste, and authenticity. They pride themselves on their transparency and believe that you should know exactly what goes into your favorite THC products. Get some gummies, flour, cartridges, tinctures, shots, dabs, and disposable pens, all federally legal. Available at deltaextracts.com. Go to deltaextrax.com. Use code Anthony30 at checkout. Receive 30% off your purchase today. Link in the description.
That song is doing very well on TikTok, and that's kind of what dictates trends right now as far as music goes. And I mean, you tapped into that. And I mean, as far as the song being good, it's looking like it will be successful from my perspective, at least. You know, that's insane.
I know my management would love that. I would love that because I just really feel like, going back to your point about drugged down retards that are currently dominating the music scene, I really feel like we're missing real awake art and artists because of drugs and because of the drug culture, because everybody is kind of stuck in this rut where it's like, oh, it's cool to be sad. It's cool to like be misogynistic. It's like cool to be a piece of shit human being. It's like, no, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, quit glorifying this shit. Like, can we please start talking about the reality of the situation again? You know, like, you can be funny about it. You can make jokes. Like, satirical art is some of my favorite types of art, and it connects, dare say, even better than the shit that's like straight up, you know, in some cases. But yeah, man, like, so that's another reason why I'm so excited about this. It's because if this song really blows up and all of a sudden I'm just trailblazing, then okay, all of a sudden I've opened up a doorway and a pathway for other artists to come through and feel comfortable talking about this shit. And now there's a whole culture where it's like, oh no, now it's cool to start talking about things as they really fucking are and opening our minds. Like, we don't, you know what I mean? You don't have to do drugs to be cool or make cool art. You know, you don't have to be like fucking bitches to like be this like hot shot. Like, you don't need any of that. It's just about being, I mean, it's cliche, but just like being yourself. And that's all I'm doing. And this is what I see. This is what I see happening. And I'm going to talk about it. And you can kiss my ass if you don't like it. Like,
no, America needs that. I mean, that's what we're founded by. I mean, home of the brave, land of the free. You know, I mean, that's what America's about, man. I mean,
literally.
That's what I mean. We're the all-star team, man. Like, we're like, fuck Europe and came here, you know, like, yeah, like basically, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, and you'll have people saying like, oh, but you know, all the controversy like Thanksgiving and, you know, and we're a nation founded on blood and racism, and Constitution is, you know, isn't one of the best governing documents ever written by a collection of human beings. You know what I mean? Like,
totally agree. And it's exhausting, like, trying to apologize for creating the modern world.
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys.
It's like yeah, sorry we're number one, and like we did the best, and like my fucking grandfather beat the fuck out of the Nazis, and like fucking like every and then my great grandfather beat the fuck out of the British. You know, it's just like chill the fuck out. You know, like just enjoy the fucking show. Sit back and shut the fuck up. You have nothing to contribute. That's how I feel about these people. If you have something to contribute, if you're like an artist and you're like saying something, but if you're just sitting here and like you never did shit and you're criticizing something, it's like fuck you, like straight up fuck you. You know, that's how I feel 100%. And I love that you're summing it up in music. And I like you're jarring this up. People in like fucking 10 years and are like, be like, what was this time period blank? And this song could be like a representation of that, to be honest, man. It's like this weird, annoying fucking time. And like, you made it sound interesting. You know, it's a silver lining of fucking whatever the fuck this is, you know?
I mean, we're kind of staring from my point of view, we're staring at like a breaking point for American history. Like we could easily turn into civil war. Like if people don't really start coming together, like really on both sides, just being like, okay, from an objective point of view, this could very well like completely destroy America from the ground up. Like, guys, we should like come together and really do something about this. Whether it's like revolution or some other kind of upheaval, it's very obvious to me that powers that be are using our leaders and currently the left narrative to destroy this fucking country, bro. Like it's like obvious as fuck. Like all the mainstream, like bro, we literally have a biological man competing in women's UFC, bro, MMA. Like guys, when did this like not that that's like, oh, this is the pin, this is the breaking point, but like this, it's just one of the many examples, man.
I only watch trans sports. I only watch trans baseball. Like that's like that's all I watch. If you're not trans, I don't watch your sport or take it seriously anymore. Like that's just how I feel. I'm just there's like a bold. I'm pro steroids, pro. I mean, no, but dude, like this is like the decline of the West, and like it's really. I mean, it could be, and it's being marketed as such, really. But life's really. I mean, if you didn't read your phone or look at the fucking news, like life's awesome. You know, like it's fucking great outside. People are fucking cool. I mean, as long as they're not manipulated. And you're right. I think personally, I think it's China. I think China's trying to manipulate us into a civil war and then attack us 2 years into it. I mean, to start a world war. I think that's what's happening, and people are falling for it and hating their neighbors and hating their family, deleting them from social media, not being able to fucking talk to their grandma and shit. It's like, man, like, but nothing unites America faster than a common enemy. And as soon as like people realize there's a common enemy, I mean, we just end up, we stop picking on each other and beat the fuck out of the enemy real fast. You know, it's just kind of what happens in America, you know?
And that's kind of what we need at this point, because
the world's about to, sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was reflecting on this the other day. Like world wars, I mean, it's kind of teed up at this point. You know, we have one of the world powers that's committing genocide right now. What happened the last time a world power started committing genocide?
Right.
That very world power is, and from what I can see, looks like they bought out the left, i.e., Joe Biden and his whole cabinet, and of course, I mean, some of them have infiltrated into the right too. Like it's not like it's just Democrats, but it's like Democrats, man. It's like are you fucking kidding? We have the press secretary of our current president's cabinet coming out publicly saying they work with Facebook and flag posts for them to censoring their own people for misinformation about a virus that isn't nearly as deadly as they propagate it to be, first of all, and they know it. You know what I mean? It's like, shut the fuck up. And there's a good bit of evidence that this virus was manufactured in China. Like, this is becoming like generally accepted by even the mainstream media. Like, oh yeah, this Wuhan lab, and like I believe it's like EcoHealth or some American nonprofit was, you know, studying bats and like gain of function in research. And they're like, oh no, we weren't doing this. No, we weren't. But like they were, and now it's come out that they were, and the documents have been leaked. So it's like, guys, it's just like so fucking obvious to me. Like I'm not conservative, I'm not liberal, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I'm just like a open-minded free thinker, and I'm just taking all this in, and it's just so obvious to me. So more people, like that's, you know, again, it's like why I'm doing this, why I'm releasing this song. You know, people hate it. Some people really hate it. It's like, nah, you're gonna thank me later, I promise.
No, yeah, I think it makes them feel uncomfortable, which is good to make them feel anything in art. You know, I mean, I think the good and the bad are both good to feel in art. I feel like, and like, yeah, no, like everything you said, I mean, it's insane that it's gone this far. Like, I feel like it's like I don't even understand what's going on. Like, to be honest, like They personally got rid of my. I mean, they got rid of my like verified Twitter. They got rid of my verified Facebook. I mean, I'm like they get rid of my shit like left. I mean, I'm like I'm banned. I can't even make a Twitter account. Like basically, I'm suspended from making a Twitter account. So it's like an echo chamber. It's like a leftist echo chamber, basically. It's just like a fucking. It's just like, oh yeah, good job, team. Like it's like that one song. It's like both sides are just like saying hooray for our side, you know.
Mhm.
It's like basically it's all it is. Like just loud saying hooray for our side, you know.
Yeah, it's not like one side or the other. It's just like the rich assholes who want to control us, and then us. That's really all it is.
Yeah, it's like 8 people. It's like 8 billionaires making us argue with each other. Really, that's how I feel. And like the virus didn't work because it was made by Microsoft, and they had the fucking like shittiest products ever. Like you know, that's like how I feel about it. And like these guys are like warpers for like the revelations. You know, it's like revelation LARPing. You know, and it's just kind of annoying. It's just like it's like I don't know. It's like you go to a bank and it's getting robbed, and like you have to be the guy to stop the robber. You're like, okay, like you fucking kidding me? I mean, it's like I just want to fucking play video games and smoke weed. You know what I mean? Like these people are just being retarded. Like you're gonna be like, okay, I gotta like, I mean, you gotta stop our shoe factory from fucking trying to take over the world. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. There's so much going on that it jumbles my mind, like to the point where I have like in my head this very articulate train of thought of like one sequence of events to another and how this led to another and why this is connected to this. Then as soon as I start talking about it, sometimes it just gets like completely kerfluffled because there's so much, man.
Yeah, it's globalist depopulation, in my opinion. I think they're using China as the army for the New World Order, and they're obedient. And I think they're trying to get rid of the Western world because we're free, and we know we're free, and and we all know, and we know they're all pedophiles, and they don't really like knowing that we know they're all pedophiles. Like, yeah, do what?
I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, I think that's where it's at. Oh, dude, okay, I feel like I can talk for 9 more hours, but if you should Google Holywatr, listen to his fucking music. When does your new song come out that we just heard?
October 22nd.
This episode is brought to you by Prescribed Burn Sauces. Go to prescribeburnsauces.com, get some handmade roasted pepper sauces, small batch. Check out their store, check out their shop. Tell them Anthony sent you.